Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. Yesterday I joined the Justin and Friends livestream for War of the Visions Global. I was very humbled to be invited, and I was happy to join. And so in this video, I said in the livestream that I wasn't watching the livestream. I was doing that on purpose, not looking at the chat, because I just wanted to concentrate on Degen and Justin. But here I've pulled up the chat, so I thought I would respond to some of the stuff in there. But first, there are a few things that I wanted to bring up, maybe like I wanted to talk about in the stream, but couldn't. First, I was very happy to be invited. To be honest, I feel a little outside of the community, both the global and the JP. But Justin and Degen, they were very welcoming and very patient with me, and that was very cool, so I appreciate that. Another thing that I wanted to say was that the Prompto's wristband, which is the recipe, the thing that you can craft in the Final Fantasy 15 raid, will give you the Man-Eater on there. That will improve the damage of typeless attacks. So like Engelbert's job level 25 skill, the Drain, or the Ninja Katon, Suiton, Doton, those attacks, or 9S's hacking. Kind of a real niche use, but could be something good to keep in mind. And then the third thing, we talked about this in kind of the preparation for the live stream, but I think Justin wanted me to talk about like how people do team building, like differences between global and JP, and then he brought up the PvP, the Leonis Coliseum that they showed during the second anniversary live stream for JP. And yeah, he made the observation that a lot of people like make weird teams or like rainbow teams, and that's very true in JP. You wouldn't expect to see that in a very high level PvP, but people still did it. So you saw like Ice Evade, or lots of parties with like, you know, 2 of one element, 1 of another, or just 3 different elements. I'll put links to all of the Leonis Coliseum stuff below. Highly recommend people look at that, because that's what the high-level JP players are playing. The thing about that, like choosing like a weird team, it's kind of like, it's a way that JP players kind of show off their individuality, or like demonstrate their mania for like this whatever thing that they chose. And so what they'll do is that they will, you know, limit themselves to like a certain character that they really love, or a certain element. And then they'll just work on it until it works at a high level. And I think that was everything I wanted to address there. So we'll go through the chat. Let's see what folks said. Let's see. Square Enix Shichikawa. Is that a moderator? They got the green logo on there. They looks like they were kind of doing moderating, so that's cool. But yeah, matching outfits. Justin asked us like the last 5 minutes before stream to put on our jackets. So I was like, okay. I didn't want to make anyone feel bad by having it if they didn't have it, but we all wore it together, so yeah. Let's see. Chikikawa says, let's give Cabbage a warm welcome, especially coming from Japan. Oh, it's no problem. The distance is no problem at all. I was just taking the day off, but I was happy to have the day off. Let's see. Lots of people saying hello, hello, hello back. Irie Saya asks, what don't you do for War of the Visions? Indeed. Let's see. Get more hellos, hello back. Sir Mac Rain, I guess, enjoys my voice, thank you. I was born with it. Let's see. Hello, Future Cabbage, reviewing chat. Hello, past Ilium the Great. And Irie Saya, I pulled Christmas Mashiri due to your review, Cabbage Lover. Thanks, awesome. I'm glad that they are working out. I still really like her too. Love Tactics Ogre, alright. I wonder if a collaboration would make any money. 10-2 is fun, I agree. Yeah, I did talk about games with job systems, and one of my favorites is Final Fantasy X-2. Everything else about that game is not that great, but it's worth playing for the job system. and I've never done a playthrough where I get the mascot job. One day before I die, I would like to do that. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, Miranda EX is next on my list. She's pretty good. I need to use her more, but yeah, she's pretty good. In the live stream, I answered the question about the favorite map. It's the big open ones. Auto is the only way to play the game. No, I don't agree with that. It's the way that I mostly play the game. But the people that play manual, they're the real hardcore people. Let's see, Tapita says, I'm a tomboy. I approve. Okay, Wolf Atlas. I talked about selection quests and how they're really interesting and engaging for using lower rarity units. And yeah, we need more though, to be honest. I would love like another infusion of like standard pool MR and lower rarity units. And then we have so many in the story that it would be possible. Like we could get new characters to use in selection quests. We could get new Trust Masters and all that. I hope they do it someday. I think they really could. DJ Zaki asks, what is your favorite limited time unit? When they asked me for favorite units, yeah, I just talked about standard pool stuff mostly. But limited time, let's look at my account right now actually. Let's see, all of the Final Fantasy IV characters, they are cool. Limited unit. Collaboration. Barrett, he's fun. I forgot to mention him. He's another kind of a tricky character to play. I skip a lot of the seasonal characters. Before Halloween Federica, it was the Christmas characters from the first Christmas, so yeah, I am really skipping a lot of them. And it's not difficult for me to skip them. And so that's why I get a little weirded out about people being so upset about so many limited characters. I feel like they're easier to skip. Yeah, I guess those are my favorite. Final Fantasy IV and Barrett. And then Halloween Federica. Those are my favorite limited characters. Alright. Global is better than JP. They are equal. They are equal. Let's see. Will Lightning come out? I'm almost certain that she will. Yeah, she is a popular character. Give JP Elena. I wouldn't be surprised if she came to JP. The reason why the JP players were not interested in getting Lara Croft in their game was because they felt like it would kind of destroy the feel of it, like it takes place a long time ago. People don't seem to mind the newer characters, but that's why they said no to Lara Croft. But Elena, I feel like she would fit in with that time. I kind of feel like she's going to stay in Global, though. We haven't had extra large energy pots since they first gave them out. That's kind of funny. I thought they would maybe be like a regular thing in Global, but I guess not. Zazan. I feel like it would be a Dwayne situation with Zazan. Maybe JP players would be against him coming to the game at first, but once they saw how good he was, they would gladly use him. Tomato as a username doesn't sound too bad. It's not terrible, but I think Cabbage. It sounds pretty good. It's got a nice ring to it. What's the next collaboration regarding the Final Fantasy sagas? For Global, I think it's going to be 4. Yeah, Return of 4 and then 6. As for JP, I don't know. Could be anything. It was interesting joining the stream as a JP player, but kind of talking more about Global. I asked, like, you know, how much like future stuff could I talk about? I really tried to stay away from talking about any future stuff. You know, anybody that can open up the internet can see what's going to come in JP. But like the Trustmaster runes, made sure not to talk about those. I didn't talk about the Crystal Fest banner, although there's already the preview in Global. And then like future collaborations, made sure not to talk about those either. But yeah, Halloween Federica, she got the simultaneous release in both versions, so I was able to talk about her. Let's see, what else we got? Oh yeah, Mysidia dropped in. That was very cool. Right, they're asking when Mysidia is going to be on this. Hopefully ASAP. I think he would be a great guest. I would watch that. And then we got into Degen going through thought process of doing the trials, which was amazing because I'm serious, I really don't know how to do those very well. And yeah, I did take notes. When are we going to see a Cabbage versus Diggs PvP match? I'm going to need a global account to do that. Raid Revival, yeah, that's going on in Global and JP, different revivals. But they're operating different from the regular raid. Like this one is multi-only. It's always available, but it's multi-only, so you can't take in a party of like 4 of your guys. But I've been doing the Final Fantasy XIV revival with Super Stern solo. I'd create a multi-room and just go in there solo. I am perhaps infamous for saying that I prefer to play with a full team, just because I think it's more fun. But in this case, kind of my only choice was to take the single character, so I figured out how to make that work, and then I've been doing that. Yeah, I was just blown away by like how many recipes you can get for going beyond. Where's Cabbage's green screen? Yeah, this is all I got. Super low effort YouTubing. But yeah, I did pull out my better microphone also here too. I want to try to improve that for my videos. One thing that we were not able to show in the live stream was bosses. Maybe like going into a boss level, really checking the weaknesses on the boss. Yeah, there was more that we wanted to talk about in the live stream, but we didn't want to go too far over an hour. Let's see. Then we had a little bit of PvP. It also would have been nice to have more PvP, but just the time just flew by talking about the trials, so not as much time to talk about PvP. Oh, CatbugXO says, I am a kind and gentle soul. Thank you for saying so. I think I am. I lose my patience and I get a little vinegary online, but the internet brings the worst out in all of us, doesn't it? Cabbage about to see the power that is Elena. I was impressed. It was funny because before she was released in Global, everybody was kind of like, I don't know about her. But once people started using her, she turned out really well. And that's the thing that happens all the time in War of the Visions. Characters end up playing better than they look on paper, which is great. That's a good thing. And there's still a lot of characters that I have not used myself that maybe I am underestimating. I wonder how Cabbage feels about 3x speed. It's great. Great for farming. I hate 2x speed for manual play, because like guys, they move around too quickly. 3x speed would be even worse. And then, I said this somewhere, but they're going to change the 1.5 that everybody unlocks to 2, and then they're going to change the royal rank 2x speed to 3x speed. Yeah, the game will be faster for pretty much everybody. And then I heard that they tried 3.5 and like 4x speed in the offices, but it was way too fast. You couldn't tell what was going on, and then you couldn't tell what anybody was saying because all the lines were getting overlapped. So I think 3x speed is the fastest we're ever going to see it go. Mysidia says he made a Muraga Durando Gargus team. That's awesome. I'd like to see that. I'd like to make that, actually. I love the banter. Yeah, it was funny. I mean, they talk all the time, so they're comfortable with each other. Ariana Grande for War of the Visions when? I would be totally fine with this, if it were an interesting character to play. Like I said, I like the kind of the tricky, unconventional characters. So if Ariana Grande has some kind of unique skill set or, some kind of new ability, I would be very interested to try that out. Not if it were a Hatcher unit, however. If it were a handout unit, definitely I would use them all the time. We should have more PvP matches next time. I think it would be cool to do a live stream of just PvP matches. Maybe if you want to do it like the second anniversary JP PvP, you could set a map, and then you could set rules, and then like make the rules be like no change in your starting position or something like that, And yeah, I think that would be cool. You could get like very high level players trying to sort of maybe outguess the other players. So that might be cool to set up. Irisai says cabbage is great live. Oh, thank you. I'm a much better writer than I'm a speaker, and so when I can like write out a script for like a character review or something, and just read that into the video, I feel much better about that than improvising something. So I was wondering if I was coming off as like a jabbering moron in the live stream, but I guess it was okay. Would like to see more cabbage. I will come on as often as they invite me. I will take off as many days as I need to do this. I'm sure my work is thrilled to hear that. Cabbage should do a live stream. I think about this. I really wonder if I can talk for like an hour straight, but I would like to do a live stream. Maybe just answer random questions that people have, or play War of the Visions, or play just other random games. Okay, I think that will do it for the chat. Finally, I will make an announcement. I have started a global account. I have not decided how I want to go ahead with it. Of course, it's going to be free to play, but I don't know if I'm going to make any videos with the global account. But for me, it'll be good to read the story. Full disclosure, I've stopped reading the story in JP after reading the interlude. It was just too much effort to read that stuff and translate it. But in the English, of course, it'll be much better. And then I hear good things about the story from both global and JP players, so I'll be able to enjoy that. And then, perhaps in the future, if I get a decent team together, I can maybe do PvP against people. I guess people would like to see that. It was a little bit sad to kind of sit out the PvP for this live stream, so I'd like to be more prepared for next time, if there is a next time. Okay, so thanks for watching the live stream. I will link to that below as well. And please check out DGen's Twitch and YouTube. Alright, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.